Alright, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace. Islam. Alright, I just want to tell this story. Just want to tell this story real quick. Wow. I've been saying that a lot of the mythology is the movement of celestial bodies and stuff like that. Life cycles. Things like day and night. Dawn, dusk. All these things. Okay, so these people in the East, during the ancient times, this is what we're talking about. Sumer, Kemet, and I don't even know if I got to get into all this stuff yet, but it was a pharaoh in the first dynasty named Semerkhet, who actually, I think, set up Sumer. So just to throw that in there. Okay, so anyways, this story is about Inanna, or Ishtar. Excuse me, that would be Venus. And I just want to, share my interpretation of how I think, or what I think this story is about. Alright, so these are a couple different stories. It's her and the apple tree. I think it's Apulu or something like that. So she has someone named Gilgamesh who's known in these stories. She needed him to help her with something. She wanted this tree. But when she looked, there was a bird in the tree and a snake in the tree and a woman called Lilith. And she just dang, I just want this tree to myself. It's my tree. Why are there people messing with it? Why are there people around it? So she wanted to make a bed and a throne out of it. So basically, I'm not telling the story all the way right. I'll have to do this again, but the bird represents the bird brain and the snake represents your reptilian brain. Alright, so just leave it at that. So they're talking about this tree, which is peace to the goddess. So they're talking about this tree in this story of Innana. I'm about to tell these 3 stories in one real quick. Peace to the goddess. What up? Thanks for stopping by. Hope all is well with you. So Innana basically is Venus, or Hathor. So it's this tree that she wants. And there's a bird who's making a nest in it. And it's a snake and a woman too, which is Lilith, who's Adam's first wife from the Bible. But the tree they're talking about, I feel like is the tree of life. And Venus is on here. So, which would be here. It's called Netsak. That's Netsak. That don't even sound right. This is... So, what they're talking about. And so they're talking about she was going to make... Oh, yeah, dreams about snakes. I think that probably symbolizes wisdom. But she was going to make a crown for her brother, Utu, the sun god. Okay. So that's the crown chakra. Let me turn this over real quick one time, too. So, like I said, I think she's representing Venus because we're going to talk about her descent also Okay, so with the chakras, they are showing that it's green right there. So I'm just trying to figure some stuff out. All right. All right, so this I was saying Gilgamesh was her partner. She's like, all right, can you help me get these pests away from my tree? So this is the tree of life, and I think it's called like the Apulu or apple tree. I'm gonna have to redo this. I'm just doing a little rough draft. I think I'm actually missing some of my notes. 1 second. All right, yeah. So. Alright, here we go. Oh. Anyways, so there's another story where she is going to go see Enlil. Enki, which is her. Oh, yeah, thank you. She's going to see. Yeah, I got that on Amazon. It's Kabbalah. She's gonna go see Enki, though. Did I write this shit down, man? Oh my god. What really has been happening? Oh, here it is. Oh, lordy. Lordy. Just a couple stories real quick. Oh my gosh. So, I'm gonna have to put my crown on, too. Innana put the crown. So this, I'm not even sure what this part of the story will be called right now. I can't even think of it. So nah. All right, I'm gonna get back to that. So Innana put the crown of the step upon her head, and it looks like steep, Steppe, and that means a plain or the land or a field, like a open field. So these deities and all this stuff, they're talking about the earth, the earth mother earth. She said put it on. Alright, I just might. Let me see if I can rock it like this. One time, for the one time. Alright, it's a little, oh look. Got my Jones on there. Alright. Almost. Can't wear it like that, because I'm a pimp. It's like, nah. There we go. Okay. So, she leaned back against the apple tree and saw her own, this is what it says, I'm sorry, but vulva. And she said, wow, it's something wonderful to behold. And she applauded herself. She's like, wow. She basically said, I got that good. She said, I got that good. Shanti. So this is the earth talking. And this is the thickened earth or whatever. So like Osiris represents vegetation and stuff too. You hear Dionysus, Tammuz, Dumuzi. And that's what we're getting to. Peace to the God. Alright, so and this is the same situation as when Hathor shows, I have to say it again, her vulva to the god Ra and the contendings of Horus and Set to make him laugh, to lighten him up. Okay, so basically she went to visit. Peace to the god. So Innana is who I'm talking about, because just talking about the story about the descent and how they're talking about the earth being fertilized to produce crops. And she's also Venus too. But so yeah, so she, she says she put a crown on. That's why I got my crown on. Leaned back against the tree and saw that. And it says her vulva. And she said, this is something wonderful to behold. And so she was very I can't even think of the word. She's like I said, she knew she had that good. So it says she put the crown of the steppe on her head, which is like a plain or the land or open field. So anyway, she goes to visit Enki, who's the god of wisdom. I think his name is also Ea, and he's the god of the waters. So I'm also thinking it's Neptune. But so she's gonna offer him a prayer. He knew she was coming though, and when she arrived, she received water, cakes, and beer. So they basically at what's called the table of heaven. And, she outdrinks him and he starts, he's like drunk talking. He's like, yeah, I'll give you this. Like, I'll give you all this stuff, baby. Like, she gets all kind of stuff and she, it's like culture for the people and stuff like that. So I'm sure that's even metaphysical or symbolic for something. He gives her the throne, the gift of ascent and descent, the priesthood, godship, the noble, the enduring crown. And he offers her 7 Mies, which would be tools of power, but they're called Mies. So I'm telling this story because we're gonna get to where, like, even Lent, like Easter, is a part in the Bible. There's a part in the Bible where it says that the women are mourning, facing the east, mourning the god Tammuz. So these are talking about weeping, but they're talking about the rain and crops growing, and the descent into the underworld being the fact that vegetation doesn't grow in the wintertime, so the underworld being the wintertime. Under the earth. So like I said, she has these 7 Mies, which are tools of power. So I'm thinking I'm telling this story right. She has a sister, Ereshkigal. I think that's the moon. That's like Persephone, and Inanna is like Aphrodite or Hathor. So Ereshkigal is like Isis. Alright, I'm not even going to tell that story right just yet. Peace. Peace to the goddess. Let me tell this story about the Consumation. Alright, so Innana is speaking with the sun god Utu, which is her brother. And he's just complimenting her young lady, or not even complimenting her. He's telling her that the flax are ready. And, she likes all these nice things. So, and she's just manipulating her brother. She's like, well, who's going to spin it for me? And who's going to braid it for me? And he's like, sister, like, I'll bring the stuff to you braided. She's like, who going to weave it? Like, all this stuff. And he's like, look, like, Innana, I will bring it to you bleached, woven, and all this stuff. And she finally says, brother, after you've brought my bridal sheets to me, who will go to bed with me? She says, Utu, who will go to bed with me? And then Utu, the sun god, which is like Ra, he says, sister, your bridegroom will go to bed with you. And so I guess she wasn't sure who she was going to marry. So this is like Osiris and Horus in a way. But okay, so he's like, he was born from a fertile womb. I won't say fertile. He was conceived on the sacred marriage throne. Dumuzi, the shepherd, he will go to bed with you. And Nana's like, no, like, I like the farmer. I can't even read this. They some freaks, though. Like, cause she says, the farmer is the man of her heart, basically, and then her brother Utu. So this is Venus and the sun for whatever reason. So Venus is the second closest planet to the sun, and Mercury actually wasn't in that spot at first. People got off like, what is he talking about? It's like, nah. All right, so Utu, the sun, is like, sister, just marry the shepherd, and this is like kind of, he's like, why are you unwilling? And then it says his cream is good and his milk is good. I don't even have to say this. But they're talking about creation and how, stuff grows and all this other stuff. So, and he's like, just marry Dumuzi. And she's like, I will not marry the shepherd. His clothes are coarse, and his wool is his wool is rough. Yeah, exactly. Because the farmer makes her clothes and stuff like that, and she's like, he grows the flax for my clothes and the barley to my table. And so Dumuzi heard this stuff like if you watch Jerry Springer or Maury, and they just right. She's like up front, like, yeah, Maury, or yeah, Jerry, I like the farmer. And he's backstage like, oh, well, he can hear everything you're saying. Like, come on out, Dumuzi. So Dumuzi said, hold up, baby. Why you speak about the farmer? Why you speak about him? And he's like, if he brings you black flour, I will bring you black wool. If he brings you white flour, I'll bring you white wool. If he brings you beer, I'll bring you sweet milk. If he gives you bread, I'll give you honey and cheese. Now this part is fucked up. I don't know why he says this. He said, I will give the farmer my leftover cream and the leftover milk. I don't know why he says that. And he's like, why do you speak about the farmer, baby? Why you speak about this nigga? Hold on. What does he have more than I do? And Innana spoke. And she started talking some shit and he like, hold up. I don't know. You got me confused with somebody else. So she should like a farmer because she's like the earth also too. Like, she's like, shepherd, without my mother Ningal, you'd be driven away. Without my grandmother Ningikuga, you'd be driven into the steeps. Without my father Nana, who's the moon. And so, okay, so alright, hold on. My father Nana, you'd have no roof. Alright, so I was just gonna say, like, Oshun is Venus. She's, well, the Orisha are aliens, but, Oshun means month. So I thought this was kind of interesting too, but, and then, he's like, she's like, without my brother Utu, and he's like, hold up, baby. And he's like, Innana, don't start a quarrel. My father Inki is just as good as your father Nana, and my mother Sitter, I can't even say her name right now. Seerter is as good as your mother Ningal. My sister Gestinana is as good as yours. I'm as good as your brother Utu. So this is like Osiris or Horus. Like, I'm just as good as Rob, baby. They had spoken, so, alright, hold on, let me see. Alright, I'm about to skip a part. Alright, so he says, Queen of the Palace, let us talk it over. So they gonna talk. So the word they had spoken of was a word of desire, and from the quarrel came love's desire. The shepherd went to the royal house with cream. Man, this is why I have to tell this story. It's because it's going to go back to Osiris. Why we even on this planet? Shoot, I ain't playing. Because the story of Osiris is talking about seminal retention and onking your sexual energy. And the kundalini. And the up and down flow of the spine. Universal energy, prana, the mother principle, chi, ki. Because the Egyptians knew that when you had an orgasm, that this would go up and shoot up to the top of your head. Your root chakra would go to your crown chakra. So you're supposed to take your energy and shoot it out the back of your heart chakra and over your crown and back into your heart to recycle it. Like I said on my one live. It's about breathing. Once you reach that point, before you reach that point, you like, I be trying to do it. I try to breathe in one nostril, because sometimes it's easier to do it like that. And I maybe even have done it, don't even know. What is this? Alright. I have to, excuse me. I've been having allergies lately. Alright, he's peace to the god. Alright, so this god Dumuzi, who is like Osiris. And that's what we're gonna get to. He went to the royal house with cream, because that's where, they're talking about semen. This is what it is. We know that's where people come from. Dumuzi went to the royal house with milk. He called out, Open the house, my lady. Open the house. So this is called the consummation. So they're to be wed. They're consummating their marriage. But it's talking about the earth and the crops. So I'm gonna try to, get so her mom's telling her basically he'll be a father to you. Not really a father, but he will treat you like a father and take care of you like a mother. To open a house for him. So she bathed herself and all this stuff. Dumuzi waited expectantly. Alright, so Innana opened the door. She probably ain't got nothing on but a robe. Ooh. It's like, nah, let me stop. It's getting hot. It's getting hot in here. So, like I said, it's Venus. She's the goddess of love. It's like Hathor and Horus or whatever. Alright, my nigga opened up the door. She opened up the door for him. For him. A little countryside coming out. Inside the house, she bore before him like the light of the moon. Or she shone before him. What am I reading? I read door. And she shone before him like the light of the moon. Dumuzi looked at her joyously. So this like, he's like, this is my wife. I'm about to, get peace to the god. So I'm sitting there talking about Dumuzi and Ishtar, or Innana, real quick. The consummation of their marriage. Talking about how it's the earth and the crops. So it says, Dumuzi, who's like Osiris, peace to the god, Islam. He sees her at the door. She's shining, glistening in the moonlight. It says Dumuzi looked at her joyously. So, he's like, oh, I'm about to get some. 2. He pressed his neck against hers, close to hers, and he kissed her. Innana spoke. What I tell you, let the singer weave into song. What I tell you, let it flow from ear to mouth. Let it pass from old to young. So she's talking about her vulva, and she's saying the boat of heaven is full of eagerness like a young moon, like the young moon. And like I said, she's the ground waiting to be, the soil waiting to be fertilized, because people needed to plant their crops to survive. She says, my untitled land lies fallow. I think that's the word. Peace to the God. So I have to explain this to you too, real quick. So this story, I'm talking about the courtship or the consummation of Innana and Dumuzi. This is like Hathor and Horus or Osiris, Isis in a way. Aphrodite, and more like, I guess, like Apollo or Dionysus. So this is the earth and the soil waiting to be fertilized. And so she's saying her land lies fallow. I don't even know what that means, but maybe like untilled. She says, who will plow? It says her vulva. I can't say it like this. Who will plow my high field? I have to say, she says, who will plow her wet ground? As for her, the young woman, who will plow her vulva? Who will station the ox there? And yeah, that's what. So Dumuzi, peace to the guy. I don't even know who that is. I mean, like, cause I just say peace. So, like I said, it's the earth and the crops, whatever. So Dumuzi said, "Great lady, the king will plow your vulva." I can't. And he says, "I, Dumuzi, will plow your vulva." And so she says, "Then plow it." Basically, now this is the part where it's all right. So at the king's lap stood the rising cedar, and that's a tree. So, oh man, This is Osiris and the Jed pillar. Oh, the Jed pillar is the top 4 chakras, or the top 4 chakras. The heart chakra, the throat, third eye, and the crown. And this is going with that onking your energy, recycling your energy. So now we knowing that the cedar, the tree, is also the phallus. And when I was saying on my last live that your soul embedded in the pineal gland is Osiris, the Kundalini, Shiva, and the Kundalini, the prana. I gotta look at, what does it say? Universal energy, prana, Kundalini, chi, is the Aset, the Isis, or Sekhmet. And that the phallus was representing Set, because also when Set cuts Osiris into all these different pieces, that's like your intellect, your higher mind, your higher intellect being cut into cutting up your, it's like ignorance cutting up your higher intellect. So Set represents ignorance and stuff like that too. But it's talking about the seminal retention. So let me see if plants grew high by her side, grains grew high, gardens flourished. The garden being her body. At the king's lap stood the rising cedar. That's funny. And my nigga had a erection. Ithyphallic is a word. Plants grew high by her side, grains grew high by her side, gardens flourished luxuriantly. Innana saying, he has sprouted, he has burgeoned. Oh my God. And that's B-U-R-G-O or G-E-O-N-E-D. I'm about to look it up again. Just so I can't even. I forgot I turned my freaking. Turn my Wi-Fi off on this other phone. Alright, come on now, damn it. Because it's a word that means something. I just want to read it for everybody. She said, what the fuck? He has sprouted. Man, can somebody let me know in the comments if y'all think that's funny? He has sprouted. He has burgeoned. He began to grow. All right, so began to grow or increase rapidly or flourish. What's she talking about? Now, usually, right? Usually, there is a sky father and an earth mother. Okay, I just want to know. He is sprouted. Let me stop playing, because we're trying to figure out this symbolic meaning of all this stuff. And like I was saying that our mothers and fathers are the reasons that we're here. But they're talking about, when I said Set kill Osiris, that's just a little my own interpretation. But yeah, it's like when you just be in nature or peace. I didn't I didn't know it was still on here. But it's like, your father is the one that brings you here. It's like you're just, being God or whatever it is that we were doing before we were. So, and that's Osiris is the soul, the God consciousness, the universal soul. So it's saying Set killed him. But it's like putting them to sleep. And all of our realities is like God having dreams. So, alright, I'm trying not to take too long on this story because we got one more. It says he's the one her womb loves the best. So now she likes him. She wanted the farmer at first. But now she wants the shepherd. Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, yeah. She said I'm advanced. This is nothing. But thank you. I'm just trying to get at the fact that they're talking about vegetation and stuff. Dumuzi says, "Oh lady, your breast is your field. Innana, your breast is your field. Your broad field pours out grain. Your broad field pours out plants. Water flows from on high for your servant. Bread flows from on high for your servant. Pour it out for me. Innana, I will drink all you offer." That good old nectar. It's like, nah, let me stop. She said, this is her. She's a freak. Make your milk sweet and thick, my bridegroom. My shepherd, I will drink your fresh milk. I haven't even read this yet. She calls him Wild Bull, Dumuzi. She said, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get past this. I can't. But alright, so I feel like they are talking about it, like it has something to do with this tree of life too. That's dope. There's some of this I haven't even read yet. Oh yeah. The more women, the better. It's like, I got jokes. Alright. So, she says, Wild bull, make your milk sweet and thick. I will drink your fresh milk. Let the milk of the goat flow in my sheepfold. Fill the holy churn with honey cheese. Then she says it again. She'll drink his milk. My husband, I will guard my sheepfold for you. I will watch over the house of life, the storehouse. Alright, so this is good enough. We know they're talking about the harvest. I say something like that on my song. And gave birth to the earth. I can't even. What do I say? Peace. Oh, so mark the spot, jackpot, fortune, and fame. Then after that, it rained and gave birth to the grain and earth that taught us a lesson or whatever. This, I can send it to you. I think this looks like some Jewish website. This is called The Courtship of Innana and Dumuzi, or The Consumation. I just typed in The Consumation of Innana. But like they'll say keywords, the heart, the neck. So those are chakras too. So we all learning, as we go. We all learn as we go. So it says, by the apple tree, They knelt down. Who came to meet her brother, who came to her in the midday heat before Lord Dumuzi. I poured out plants, or she poured out plants from her womb, and placed plants before him, and poured out plants before him, and placed grain before him, and poured grain out of her womb. So, that's like the sacral chakra too, and the root chakra. I'm talking about the loins. I swear I missed something, but it did say something about the heart. I'll have a better presentation next time. I just want to get to tell this story. Alright, then the other story. So the descent of Innana. So I'm thinking Ereshkigal, her sister, who is, like I said, like Isis or Persephone. Ereshkigal, I think her husband died, or something like that. So Innana is like, that's her sister. Or if not, it's her sister-in-law. I think it's Dumuzi's sister. I'm not all the way sure. Alright. So they're talking about Venus. You know how I'm having allergies. I'm sorry. Venus is the morning and evening star. So she already has the power of ascent and descent that she got from Enlil or Enki, who's Ea. So she's gonna, I don't know what it is. I think her sister's sad, so she wants to figure that out. So she goes to the underworld, knowing the consequences. So you can look on YouTube. Innana is compared to Jesus, leaving the throne and their position, whatever, to go into hell for 3 days. And this is the thing. So she already told her servant that if she doesn't come back in 3 days, then to lament for her and bang a drum. Excuse me. I feel like that has something to do with like acoustic levitation also, or anything. Like in the Bible, I'm not religious, but I study everything. And so Jericho, it says like go around the wall 7 times and bang a drum. So this is like the same kind of thing. So she tells the keeper, she tells her servant, my bad, I'm tripping, I'm reading the wrong part. Basically to go to Enlil. If that don't work, which is her either paternal grandfather, and then she was like, if that don't work, go to Nana, the moon god, her father, and then go, if that doesn't work, go to her maternal grandfather, Enki. Peace. Alright, so like I said, Innana is Venus, and it says she's going through 7 gates, which are chakras also, right? So she gets to the gate of the underworld, and she's like, open up or I'll bring down the bull of heaven and all this stuff. I actually think the bull of heaven was Ereshkigal's husband that passed. But so she has on the 7 Me's, like I said, which are like tools of power, if you will. I got my own. I don't know if I'm going to put them on or not. What is happening? TJ, what up? Alright. So Venus, is the star that's on the Moorish flag and the flag of Islam. Also, Venus is Innana, that's what we're talking about. So she goes to the underworld. Her sister Ereshkigal tells the gatekeeper, you can let her in, but she must not come in with all her Mies, which are the tools of power. She has 7 of them, so I'm saying like they're like chakras. So one part article of clothing must be removed at each gate, and they were waiting on her too. So when she comes into this dark city, she must come in bowed low. So at the first gate, they tell her to remove her crown. So they're like, take your crown off. You ain't gonna need that. Crown chakra. Alright, matter of fact, this for sure I know we'll go with the chakras. Even if it's a little off. Where am I at now? At the second gate, they say to remove the small beads from the neck. Here. Oh, this isn't even showing the chakras. That's my other page, but showing you right there. Well, that's the third eye, but the neck area. Then she has to. And she has to give up her double strand beads. Let me see. So the crown, the beads, small beads from her neck. The third is the double strand beads covering her chest. So even if you say that's the neck part, and then that's chest part, whatever. Then the fourth, she gives up her breastplate. So, and then this is the area where you would have like bracelets on down there. So she gives up her golden bracelets, chakra, solar plexus chakra. And the bracelets look like what is called a shin or shanu, which is, I'll show you. It's what they put the cartouche in. It's the top part of the ankh. And then it's saying she has to give up her measuring rod and line, and finally her robe. And robes are usually like red, so that chakra. Alright, so how do I turn this shit back around? Alright, so alright. So she enters the throne room naked. And before her are the Anuni. I don't know if I even just said that right. But these are the judges of the underworld. So that's like Osiris. In the Greek mythology is Minos and Rhadamanthus and somebody else. But so you got like Ma'at, Thoth, Anubis, Amit, Amut, whatever. Ma'at, Anubis, Thoth, whatever. You know. You're not supposed to go into the underworld if you're alive though, so you know they pass judgment before her and she's guilty. Her sister gives her the evil eye. So something like that. Alright. And kills her. And they hang her on a hook, like a meat hook. So she's a hanging corpse now, just like, well, how Jesus was hanging there. She's hung on a post for 3 days. Now that makes sense. Because Venus it will be in front of the sun and then end up behind it, so it must be some kind of 3-day period. And that's what they talk about Lucifer the morning and evening star, and it's two different deities, Phosphorus and anyways, let me find out. So Phosphorus. They usually be like, not to be confused with
what? Ask your mom. I'm done.
So Phosphorus is the morning star, the personification. Is how they're showing it. I'm trying to see what the other one is real quick. The planet Venus. Another name is Eosphorus. Alright, well, y'all tell me the fucking other one, though. They're not telling me the name of the other one. Or maybe it is Hesperus, the evening star personified. So I typed in Phosphorus mythology. And it's saying that they're the same. Nothing too important. Alright, so Enki is the only one that would help. Enlil wouldn't help. Innana wouldn't, Nana, her father, wouldn't help. So Enki takes his dirt from off of his fingernails and, he makes it these figures who are neither male nor female. They have two different names. He gives one of them the food of water, the food of life, and he gives one the water of life. So basically, they end up going in the form of flies to the underworld, and they end up sprinkling that stuff on her. Whatever happens, I feel like something happens to where, she's back alive, but the judges of the underworld, they're like, you can't just leave the underworld unmarked. So she had, when she was going back up to the top of the planet, when she's gone back up, somebody had to take her place, basically. And so they go and find all these people, and they're like, oh, maybe this person could take your place in the underworld. And she's like, nah, that person's nice. Like, they're really sweet. And then she's like, what about this person? Then she finally sees her husband, and he's just having a great time. And he knows she's in the underworld and everything, so she feels some kind of way about that. And so she tells him, like, yeah, take him. Alright, so they take him. They take Dumuzi. And goddamn, excuse me. They take Dumuzi and send him in the underworld, and Ereshkigal is like, that's my brother. So she's not really feeling it. So she actually stays half of the year. And Dumuzi stays half of the year. Something else happened too, where Ereshkigal was in pain, like she was giving birth. I haven't really read these stories and listened to them as much as I need to come out with an accurate thing on all of this stuff right at the moment. But we all learn as we go. I'll just put this information out so y'all know. The prana, the kundalini, the mother principle, the universal energy, the life force, the chi. That's what it is, Isis. So Ereshkigal, like I said, is like Isis or Persephone, the lady, the queen of the underworld. So I said she's like Persephone. There's a story where Dionysus, or is it a Dionysus or Adonis, has to stay in the underworld with Persephone, and Persephone's married to Hades, but she likes Dionysus or Adonis a little bit, and Aphrodite likes him too. So Aphrodite's like Inanna, Ishtar, or Hathor. Get on the internet, it says Reese's peanut butter cups pie recipe. Like, that sounds good as fuck.
What?
I'll make a vegan one.
I don't know. It was messed up yesterday. I'm trying it again.
I don't know what the fuck I just said. Help me with a recap. What was I about to look up? Oh, Adonis. So Adonis is where the word Adonai comes from. Adon is Aton, which is the sun. And it's the sun behind the sun, Sirius. So Medu Ra Aton, Metatron. Adonis is Osiris. He gets killed and turns into a tree. And that's what it said. The cedar, where it's talking about the god Dumuzi's erection. Adonis is killed by a boar, crushes it, runs into his groin. Adonis was the mortal lover of Aphrodite. Alright. So basically, Aphrodite found Adonis and gave him to Persephone to be raised, and she's the queen of the underworld. Adonis, so they're talking about vegetation, how plants don't grow all year. Vegetation, somewhat the grass, but they're talking about how the stuff doesn't grow after the fall. And in the winter, the underworld is the winter. Those months after Libra, so you got Scorpio, the scorpion, and all this stuff. Adonis, it says, grew into an astonishing young or handsome young man, causing Aphrodite and Persephone to feud over him, with Zeus eventually decreeing that Adonis would spend 1/3 of the year in the underworld with Persephone, 1/3 of the year with Aphrodite, and the final third of the year with whomever he chooses. And he chose to spend his final third of the year with Aphrodite. Okay, so we're talking about fast-growing plants. So Adonis is Tammuz and Dumuzi. Matter of fact, it says it right here, Adonai. Dumuzi is associated with shepherds. Osiris was the good shepherd. The Pharaoh was the good shepherd. They talk about the rod and my staff that comforts me. The Lord is my shepherd. Oh, shit. Now let me stop. The primary consort of the goddess Innana. So his sister, Inanna, is the goddess of agriculture and fertility. Matter of fact, this is the marriage of Dumuzi. Peace. Alright, so Dumuzi, 1/2 of the year he lives in heaven, and on Kur, Kur, for the other half. I don't know why it says heaven. So, and in the underworld for the other half. So Dumuzi is, like I said, Adonis, which is Atan. Alright, so they had these dreary caverns and all this stuff. Ereshkigal, who I said would be like Persephone. Let's see what they say. They said Hecate. So yeah, Ereshkigal is, I said the moon. Also too, Innana, and Innana is Venus, her sister, and Utu is the sun, Ra. Matter of fact, I got my phone. I'm gonna have better videos. So that's the shin in her hand, the top part of the ankh. They're like rings. So yeah, we just read that the descent, Inanna's descent into the underworld, because they're talking about Venus, and I just said how she was compared to Jesus, because she goes to hell for 3 days. The gatekeeper Neti, and then Kemet is Nimti, and Chiron, and Greek. 7 gates of the underworld, yeah. So oh yeah, they got mad info on the internet. So like I said, they talking about Venus being the morning and evening star. I was watching some stuff earlier about how Apsu is the sun, and Tiamat is the earth, and all this stuff. And sometimes they're looked at as waters, and probably primordial water, and not even actual water. So it says the dying god, Dumuzi, spends half the year in the underworld, while during the other half, his place is taken by his sister, the scribal goddess Geshtinana. Alright, so I was thinking, I was getting confused for some reason. So she records the names of the deceased. I was getting confused, thinking his sister was Ereshkigal, but Ereshkigal is not his sister. Alright, so some of these words meaning earth, ground, cur, and key. And with the last story I told, all this stuff is putting all, I'm noticing all type of connections. Like I just seen like some stuff. Yeah, so the Persephone story too is she represents the spirit of vegetation, the spirit of vegetation personified, and she has to stay in the underworld for so many months. This is actually where the Adam and Eve story comes from. The Eve, Persephone eats some pomegranate seeds in the underworld. Also, Pandora's box and stuff like that. But alright, so I was saying that the Jed pillar too, where they said it was the cedar, the tree representing an erection. The Jed pillar, the top 4 chakras, and you're supposed to take your sexual energy and recycle it from the back to your front. I'm actually getting sidetracked now. I can't focus because some people are fucking loud. So when I was saying Dumuzi, these goddesses are mourning for him. So they're talking about the rain coming down, fertilizing whatever seeds and giving birth to the crops and the earth, stuff like that. You can look up Tammuz, Tammus, or Uz, and Dumuzi, Dumuzi. Sometimes they spell it with a D at the end. So Dumuzi's mother is Surtur. I don't even know if I'm saying this right. She's a goddess of sheep, so that's why it's his mom. She becomes synchronized with Nin's son. Oh yeah, nice. That's what I thought. Come on. Nice looking picture. In one story, she's summoned by Gilgamesh and Enkidu to help her pray to the god Utu to help them on their journey to the country of the living to battle Humbaba. Alright. So peace to the god. So I was just sitting on here talking about Innana and how it's Venus and somewhat also representing the earth field to be fertilized. Dumuzi, Adonis, Dionysus representing the spirit of vegetation, also called Tammuz. Persephone, Osiris is the spirit of vegetation also. He's the sun god, but he's also vegetation. Ryan, keep it down. Shit. I'm on YouTube. So, I'll tell my brother's company. Peace to the God. Man, my dude be dropping too. Dropping the science on him. But, yeah, man. All I was talking about was the consummation of the marriage of Innana and Dumuzi, and I was showing how the tree that they're talking about is this, and all this stuff. I'm gonna make a better post. I'm gonna make a better live when I read this stuff some more. But so just try to decode all the stuff you can on your own too. You hear a number like 7, they could be talking about the chakras possibly, and pay attention. Peace. They won't let me wave at you. But if you pay attention to certain stuff, you see the number 7. That could possibly mean the chakras. And if you pay attention to what you're actually reading, if something says the heart or the neck or something like that, they could be talking about the chakras. And with this being Venus, Innana, and they talk about the crown, why would they be talking about the crown and stuff like that? Thank you. I did this shit myself. Cause I ain't got nobody to help. Cause I ain't got nobody to help me with my freaking hair. Oh, and I read it that way too. Well, candle magic helps. It's like, let me stop. I just wanted to do that. Virgin Mary is representing. That's what these stories is talking about. Osiris is the story of Osiris is talking about the seminal retention and the anchoring your energy and the universal energy, the life force, the prana, the chi, kundalini, universal energy, prana, chi, up and down flow through the spine. I ain't making this shit up. So honestly, we're probably a lot of people are probably out of balance with their sexual energy and stuff like that. If you're a male from around my age, 28, you're supposed to save it for about 5-6 days. Somewhat. But it's good to get your exercising. But that's crazy. Said you've astral projected and it was freezing and intense. I had an outer body experience once. I feel like I astral project probably all the time because I'll always go somewhere and I'll be in the house. And peace. I'll either be in the house, a big house, or I feel like I'll be in serious. And that's the thing too. That's where we're from. That's what I was just about to say. Right. Yeah. And you know, stuff's different too. I mean, for like melanated people. So like that's what like Bobby Hemmett was saying. Certain things could just happen and it'd be like normal to us. And it's like if you activate or whatever, get the kundalini, like they might have spasms and stuff like that. And we might just be like anything. I mean, I don't know. But so in Gnosticism, Sophia is the mother of the demiurge called Yaldabaoth, who would be Ra. Sophia means wisdom. See the triple stage darkness. Ain Soph, Ain Sophie the 3 trimesters of pregnancy. I learned that from Alim El Bay. So saying it right here, Ain Soph. So and this is talking about, you know, before you even come to the light, coming forth by day. The real Pert M Heru. And Sophia, also called maybe Amma. But so or Newt. Newt is not only this, right. Oh yeah, exactly. Sulfur too. And Neith and Athena. So Zeus or Ra being the demiurge. Universal source, light, love, God, higher self, I am presence, in and outflow of chi. I didn't even read that part. Hold on now. But what they're talking about is Sirius B imploding and creating the interstellar cloud that created the sun. So they're talking, these right here, they got 8 chakras. Yeah, Ain Sophie exactly. So from there, Kundalini, universal energy, prana, chi, in and out flow up through the spine. So that's not how you spell through, but inflow, outflow of chi. It's coming from the crown of your... Damn, they got 12 chakras on here. I didn't even notice. So we need to be... Right, yeah. I just didn't know they were all here. So we need to be breathing this universal energy in, the prana. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's a whole bunch of chakras. But I was surprised that they're showing this shit on here for real. They are not playing. My higher self. This is a good thing to have. The Merkaba, you can turn your body into a light being. God damn, 109. You can turn your body into a light body. Like I was watching Spirit Science earlier, that the history of the or origins or whatever. I was watching the other one though, and they were talking about how Mars. Right. I don't know, you still on here, girl. But how they polarize their planet, like they magnetize their planet or whatever you would say. And they came here in spaceships. They had a synthetic Merkaba. Matter of fact, it's underneath the pyramid. And then the Bermuda Triangle is actually when they tried to do it again, and it backfired on them. So the Bermuda Triangle has electromagnetics and stuff like that that'll make a plane just disappear and all this stuff, because there's other dimensions. There's people who you know, the Christ consciousness is like a grid, the Christ consciousness grid. Oh yeah. So I got the periodic table on my shirt. We ain't playing. Matter of fact, me and my cousin, my brother for real, we was talking about all this stuff. How hydrogen is water former, so we just put the stuff together. Hydrogen, it was gonna be water. Helium is Helios, the sun, fire. Whatever lithium means, stone, that's earth. I mean, hydrogen too, I mean, it's really, but air, oxygen, carbon. Man, like we be coming up with some stuff. Phosphorus, fire. So that's like atum, Ros, Helios. Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming back. So, like I was saying, Newt, or Typhon, or Tawaret Ta'ert, that's the mother of the solar system. Draco, triple blackness of space. So Draco is probably the oldest shit there is then. If Sirius B imploded and created our sun, so our sun is going to supernova and turn into a white dwarf also. So Sirius represents Isis, and the sun represents her son Horus. So Sirius is Isis, or Sophia. It's the mother goddess. Newt. Set could also represent, he's Sut. Seti, the oldest deity before there was Osiris and that stuff. Thoth, Ptah, Horus, Anubis. It was Sut, which was actually Sirius. So Draco being Typhon. And like I said, Newt is the sky goddess, and she also represents the Great Mother too, Ta'eret, Tawaret. Newt. Right. It's my pops. I'll get my car next week. How that nigga know that? All type of stuff. We was talking about Mars. Yeah, you can make your body a Merkaba. So your body's the temple. So you just may be limited by the stuff we're doing, because that's just what it is right now. We used to be, this physical world used to be less dense. We used to be etherical beings. From Atlantis. Before Atlantis, it was the Moria. Before that, we could have been the ones on Mars. And before that, we was on Sirius. Some serious shit. So, Sut broke through from the womb of his mother, who is Set, was the same as Ogu in the Dogon. So Ogu is the Pale Fox. It's a book called The Pale Fox. Can't think of the author right now. And they're talking about the sun being Ogu's placenta, and Sirius being Amma's placenta. Yeah. Ooh. Little smoke bag. So. Alright. So I'm gonna bring y'all some more information on all this stuff. So like I said, Tiamat is the earth, but it's also talking about the earth, the primal earth, because honestly, we were in Sirius even spiritually before, and that's why we have our DNA goes like that, and it's like Sirius A and B, the elliptical orbit. Whatever spiral, and that's the ancestors are DNA. That's how you activate them. That's how you activate the DNA and libations and all this stuff. And I say I learned this from my teacher. My teacher without, he didn't know he was my teacher for the last 2 years, but now he knows he's my teacher. He said I can be an apprentice. Dr. Alim El Bey, Crown Prince of the Empire of Washita. So we're just bringing the metaphysics to you. Ra is your soul. Osiris is God consciousness. Atum is atoms that make everything up. Shu, Tefnut, oxygen, hydrogen. Matter of fact, I think oxygen is 888, carbon 666. So, we're just here. We're about to be bringing the information to y'all. So, hopefully this was a good story. I don't know. I just want to tell the story. Venus is the evening star now. You'll see her. Oshun in her spaceship. Oshun meaning month. Oshun Mare. The rainbow serpent. The Kundalini is gone with the moon. Huh? Oshun means month. Oshupa, the moon. Y'all already know I knew Nigerian. Bawoni. She Dadani. Yeah, I speak Yoruba language. Ella Ibaru, Ella Boye. Ella Boye, Ella Boshishi. You know what I'm saying? My Ori. Orisha Lenumi. Orisha Lenumiu. It's like Olodumare. Oba Ajike. Ajige. Edumare. It's like, yeah. Yeah, I know Yoruba and Kemetic language. My name, Usir Maatre Setepen Ray Mesu Murray Amen. Shit. I know some Spanish too. Abre la puerta. Open the door. That's Eshu. Eshu the keeps your doors open. That door is the portal. The porthole. Huh? The gateway. The wormhole. I'm in Ra. So, no. They're like, this nigga clowning now. There's my books. Okay, because I'm the real Ramses. Eshu, exactly. Eshu is Yeshua, Jesus. And it's Shu is the air god, a Kemet, the gas. The gas is the state of matter. You know what I'm saying? States of matter. Shu, whoever believes in Yeshua will have eternal life. It's the fucking air. Ha. This death deity called Seker. Sokor is Iku. The god Iku. This is the Book of the Dead by Faulkner, Raymond Faulkner, if you will. I think that's that nigga name. Alright, so I'll be reading this stuff all the time. I'm saying, Hell, Usik Nemetet, who coming forth from Heliopolis, or Usik Nemetet, Perim Inu, Erin is fet. So saying, I have not done wrongdoing, or is fet, the opposite of my. That ain't even what I was gonna show. Well, I got this book out. This activates your junk DNA. I made a post today talking about the 42. There's 42 gods of each. There's 42 gods because it's 42 cities of ancient Egypt. The gnomes. Gnome means name. Let me figure out your blood type. Probably by just do what I do. Guess. It's like, nah. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't know. I can Google it. Oh, do I know my blood type? Oh, probably O. Let me Google how. Can I find out? I read that wrong. Oh, she said I need to find out. You trying to make a baby with me? Who is? It's like, no, let me stop. Yeah, you can ask a doctor, it looks like. Yeah. Well, the real original blood type is U. The Twa people. And she said no. No, LOL. I done had my babies. This is a set. This is from my drawings. Set right here. Set Typhon. You know. Oh, it's alright. Then he gets knocked off his form. By me. No one other than me. Yeah. Oh. Let me charge my phone up. Baby. She said, wow, you like that? You like them drawings? Yeah. It's just a little something. Come on, that nigga hair is. Let's run it back. That's just some light-skinned nigga. I made him up. Oh, yeah, we ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Battle damage. Thank you so much. It's just, you know, I grew up watching, like, Dragon Ball Z. So this is kind of... Thank you. Saying, hella candle magic over here. That's nothing. Matter of fact, I gotta throw all my candles away. Alright, my phone on 15. I think I'm about to smoke and go to the store and whatnot. So thank you for getting on. I hope everybody has a prosperous and financially abundant week. Like I said, life, wealth, health, knowledge of self. Take care of yourself. I hope all the good things in the world happen to y'all. Have the best day. Thank y'all for tuning in. You can always watch these. Get them on YouTube. If they help, download them. There's apps to download YouTube videos. My channel, if you type in Ramesu Fire Information, that will take you to one of my videos and you can subscribe. My friend here is already subscribed. Come back later on. We'll have the ASMR for anyone who wants to go to sleep. We'll be counting sheep later. Yeah. It's like, nah, we're not going to be doing that. Unless I should. ASMR to go to sleep. Alright, everyone focus on your breathing. Inhale and exhale. It's like, nah. Alright, y'all, we out. Thanks for watching. And peace.